Sup dogs, and welcome to the very final vlog for Caster's Trap. I'm excited that it's finally going to release this year. I'm terrified that it's going to release this year. And I'm also terrified if I'm going to be able to finish it in time. I guess most of the feeling is just terrified than excited. Anyway, right now it's May 17th. I actually started this vlog much earlier in the year, in like March, maybe even February. It was mostly just capturing footage for the trailer, but now that it's been like 3 months about since my last devlog, I feel like I need to replay my game at the very least just to remember where I was at. So, good job, TheOdie, on capturing all that trailer footage. I ain't gonna use a single one of it.
You can never quite capture everything you need for a trailer by just playing the game. This tends to be more so with the little things. For example, I may have a scenario like this, when I want a scenario like this. The ironic part is that this tends to happen fairly often, and especially happened a lot when I was making Whisper in the Woods. Anyway, it's something to think about for future projects.
Ow, 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 ow. I just stabbed my back. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, this always happens to me in my vlogs. Ugh. Anyway, Whisper in the Woods actually got me very prepared for how to capture footage for my trailer. I'm big braining it where I record and then I end earlier per sections so that I can name the file, and when I need to search for what I need to search for my trailers, it'll go by much more smoothly. Not to say that you guys should do exactly what I do, but yeah, it's just my experiences onto you, and who knows, maybe it will work out for ya. Hey guys, so now it's June 11th, and surprisingly it took a little bit more time to capture all of the game footage than I expected. There's actually a little bit more that I do have to capture, and while I was capturing it, I came to realize that I never officially finished the end credits. But I have started on the trailer. No effects are in this just yet. All I really did was just piece together the clips and the words that you saw appearing on the screen. And right now, I think there's going to be 3 main trailers. First release in July, then August, and then September. September being the release. I'm going to let future TheOdie talk about the trailers while I work on the trailer.
In general, the rule of thumb is to not release any major trailer until you are about 2 months away from release. This way, you build up hype and interest before it fades off into the background. I decided on 3 months just because my game is pretty low profile. As an average gamer, they know Caster's Trap and they're probably more than likely to say, "What?" Ask them about Spider-Man 2 and they might go off about the 10-minute exclusive gameplay footage. I know I certainly did.
Hey! So it's a random Thursday at 8:31 p.m. But time waits for no one. We got a trailer to create! It's almost July! I'm about to hit panic mode any second now. But don't worry, right now, pretty cool. Pretty chill. So right now, I am going to create my tune for my little trailer. Luckily, horror trailers tend to run on this pretty general theme. So now I'm kind of just going to be playing it over and over and over again, playing stuff on the keyboard in hopes that I find the right tune that matches. And then I gotta fix the timing window for all of these little clips that you see in the timeline, as well as add any that I feel, if I feel like it's not enough. So yeah, let's get to it.
You're probably curious about the general theme of horror trailers I mentioned earlier. Here's what I mean. Your trailer is usually divided into 3 parts. Part 1 is a short introduction. This is usually about 10 seconds or less. Part 2 is the body. This is where you show off the gameplay and important elements to the story. Part 3 is a cliffhanger or big reveal. If there's a big and scary that will wow the audience, it definitely goes here. In my case, it's the idea that a ghost is constantly watching you as you progress through the game. I'm hoping it leaves lingering questions for the audience. But of course, you tell me.
Alright, you guys, so I think it's finally time that I put Casher's Trap up on Steam. And, I've been postponing this for a very long time, and there's a good reason for it. For the longest time, since I started Casher's Trap, I've been wondering whether or not I should continue publishing under the name TheOdie, or create a new publisher identity. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it and just being a harsh critic to myself, but it kind of just didn't sit right with me. So allow me to introduce to you guys my new publisher name. Oh, that's the icon. That's not a name. But it's going to be called Nightmare Pug. And I spent all morning trying to figure out what sort of logo I wanted for it, and this is what I came up with. So I kind of fused three things: a pug, Cthulhu, and I guess bat wings, and this is it, Nightmare Pug. I went with the silhouette because I was trying to detail it out and it just went absolutely awful. But I think with this, I can go ahead and move on to finally creating a Steam page for Castor's Trap. Alright, so the process wasn't too complicated at all. I did run into a weird bug though, where after I paid for it, I went back to the agreement page, which would not allow me to progress unless I paid for it again. So I ended up paying for it again, but thankfully through the troubleshooting page or whatever, I was able to contact Steam and I got my refund the next day immediately. So decided to tell you guys in case you also run into that weird bug that I did. And then as for the part where you had to verify your ID, don't just send them the picture of your ID, also send them a picture of you holding up your ID as a selfie. As silly as that sounds, it is in the fine print of the requirements, and I totally missed it. I mean, no I didn't. What are you talking about? Ha! Now, with all that said, here, we're gonna do this together. Ready? What? Oh, no, not yet. Too soon. Am I allowed to show you guys these things? No clue, probably not. So here's my face instead. What? Oh my god, it's been made! Oh, look, it finished. We did it, guys! We're officially on Steam! It's like big time status, but not actually, because anyone could just pay $100 and put their game up. Whoa! Alright, you guys, so they gave me a giant checklist to go through, and I have a good feeling that this is going to eat up the entirety of my day. So, here we go!
So as you can imagine, there was a lot to do with Steam. It's actually quite incredible to see how it all works from the back end. Like tags, for example. They have you tag your game with 20 of them, and then you have to prioritize the tag order. As you can imagine, the order has weight, but based on similar order, your game can actually be suggested from other ones.
If I am even the slightest inspiration to a single one of you guys, then I am sorry. So I just finished doing the game bio, and as well as uploading several of the banner images and screenshots, and as you guys can imagine, Steam also has their own preferred resolution size, so I had to do a lot of conversions there. And it's also not very helpful when you created your itch.io and game pages like a year ago, and then you're trying to pull up all those old files in hopes of figuring out what you did before so you can do for this one, only to realize that you have no idea which font you used before. So you had to figure that out. Anyway, the important thing here is that you learn from what I do and not do as I do. I think that's the expression. Except for this. This is pretty solid. So I thought I finished all the image assets, and then... oh, just single So it's been a couple of weeks since I first started the trailer, and I want to say that I'm officially done with it now. Although, before I do export it and get it up on Steam, I just want to make sure that I do a final review. I made sure to give it about a week since I last worked on it, just to make sure that I'm not biased when I rewatch this again. Here we go. Alright! Alright. I think it's solid now. It's not wham, bam, oh my god, slam. But pretty much, I think it captures the narrative and more so the immersion and flow of the game. Kind of making up words, so who knows, maybe maybe it's not as good as I think. Nothing left to do but to get it out there and hear some opinions from you guys. So, yeah. Nervous, but gotta do it. Let's go. So dogs, it's July 2nd, Sunday before July 4th, and it's actually a great opportunity to work on Cash's Trap a whole lot more. To celebrate, I have a splendid lunch to show off to all of you guys. Taquitos, mossy sticks, and teriyaki beef dippers. Basically school lunch. I can explain it, but I won't. Alright you guys, so the plan for today is to figure out when Cash's Trap will officially release, and to make sure that the Steam game page looks great and is ready. So first off, what I'm going to do is figure out what big titled games are releasing in September, and then if possible, what horror games are releasing in September. It's kind of like, hey, if I were to release my game when Tears of the Kingdom came out, then not a lot of people will be on itch.io or Game Jolt looking for an indie horror game. So here's the AAA titles, and for the most part, I don't really see anything to be too worried about. Pretty sure that the people playing Mortal Kombat 1 aren't exactly my indie RPG maker horror audiences. Now to check out what's good in the horror section, we really only got 2 titles that's between or around September. For major title, we got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that's on August 18th, and then in October we have Alan Wake 2. So the idea that I'm kind of going with is prepare your October with this game that releases in September. Oh wait, we're in July. I don't think I'll do the last week of September just for the Harvest Moon folks. So I think I'll either go with this week or this week. The 22nd does feel kind of good just because it is a little bit closer to October. Alright, I think I'm gonna go with September 22nd just because the AAA titles doesn't really seem to relate too much to my audience, and just because 22nd feels close enough to October. Yeah. Going for it.
Okay, I'll explain the scene in a moment, but I ultimately changed to Wednesday the 20th because midday releases are safer than weekends. Midweeks allows your audience to identify any bugs so that you can squish them before the big audience on the weekend. Now, as for this scene...
So, I hate to say it, but as of right now, I don't think there's going to be any achievements on Steam. I just lack the capabilities of doing so. And there's not enough support online anymore to make it possible. It's unfortunate, but it's just how it is. Hey you guys, so it's officially been 1 full week since I announced that Cash's Trap is now on Steam. I have not looked at the analytics just yet. But I will say that the comments that you guys left me were very, very kind, and thank you guys so much. But anyway, here it is. A little nervous, but let's check it out. Alright, so here we go. No way! No way! Dogs! Let's go! 64 on the wish list. Oh my god! Honestly, I was thinking it would be 5 at best 10, but you guys are the best, honestly. That way exceeded my expectations. I really thought it would be like 5 to 10. I kept my expectations super low, especially since it's been on Itch.io and GameJolt for a while. And I was afraid that it kind of just faded off in the background, but y'all are the best. Also, I wanted you guys to check out something. Check this out. I decided to make a custom mat. I kind of just decided that, you know what, whether or not Casher's Trap is successful, I should be really proud of spending the 3 years into this project and it being my first game released on Steam that's also monetized. So yeah, I decided to go all out on here. Alright, I'm gonna go like do a little dance in a corner and celebrate, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get back into this. You guys are the greatest. So one of the things that I really didn't want to do with Cash the Strat was use AI at all, period. And it mainly is because I spent all that time with AI making Whisper in the Woods. But at some point, you kind of just gotta stop and say, my grammar kind of sucks. And I'm not necessarily using it for the creative writing aspect, but just for the grammar and making sure that my sentences are as clear as they can be. So an example of that would be going from I was even able to make to I even made.
Oh yeah, so while going through the grammar checks, I caught something that I wanted to redo, and it was the creature you see in the demo. Oftentimes I can't actually visualize how to draw certain sprites, so of course the best visual is to do it yourself. I swear I'm not losing it. Anyway, here's how it looks now, and what it looked like before.
Alright, check this out. That was probably a lame transition. So I decided to make a checklist of everything that needs to be done before the release of Caster's Trap. And you can see that I already got some things done already. But then you can see that there's quite the number of trailers that I gotta go through. But the good news is that it's only one major trailer for 2 and then another one for 3, so total of 2 major trailers. But there's 2 shorts that goes for each of those trailers. So there's a short for trailer 2, short for trailer 3, and then an additional short called This Is Trailer 2, the one with the question marks that you see there. So really what I got is the official trailer 2, the official trailer 3, 2 shorts to go after official trailer 2, and then another 2 shorts to go after official trailer 3. I don't know why I do this. But then I also need the release trailer, and then a short after that one, and then that's all 8 trailers. So 3 major trailers to go through. The official trailer 2 is done. The music for official trailer 3 is done. But I still got to go through the release trailer. I have not planned it at all, so that's going to be a little bit of a tough one. But yeah, will I be able to do all this by the end of today? Absolutely not. I just gotta make sure that I stay on top of things. But anyway, you'll see that there's a number of images I gotta go through, and they actually all land on Thursdays for August, and then Wednesday they're kind of sporadic, but that's also because September is the release month. And I think for September, it's just going to be a countdown towards the release. And then in August, I'm actually going to try and release a screenshot. Just one screenshot on each of these days, so it shouldn't be too tough. Definitely not going to get it all done by today, but I'm going to see what I can do. Earlier this week, on Tuesday, I found the community page for Cash's Trap, and I don't know, I guess it just doesn't notify you at all whenever you get something. Anyway, There was a comment there that said, demo achievement. I found a secret room. And I did not unlock an achievement. It was just very painful to have to reply to it and say that achievements are not enabled currently. But, you know, I wanted to have some hope and say this may change in the future and potentially for when the actual game releases. Here, so you guys can see me a little bit better in my time of sadness. So in case I didn't specify well enough before, there actually is someone in the community who have achieved this for both MV and MZ as well as any of the predecessors. But it was a rather old post, and the website that listed all of the instructions is no longer available. This actually was quite funny because I went to ChatGPT and had the longest 2 to 3 days of just discussing what it is that I have to do and trying to understand every little bit about it. And this involves going into your terminal, your command prompt, learning a lot about Node.js, learning a lot about NPM. My computer is just jacked up with all sort of things that I have no clue what's inside of it anymore. But here I am, just stuck in this like limbo of trying to figure it out. That is up until Friday. This is an article who goes by the username Mirai, and you have no idea how much you have saved me with your instructions. More people need to know about you guys. It's incredible stuff that you've done for me. And so much more incredible stuff that you do for others. You have no idea. 33 obtainable achievements and 19 hidden ones. Dogs, y'all about to have some really good fun. Good luck with them. Check it out. Here's an example of one achievement, and here's another. Try and get that glare out. And here's a locked achievement. Alright you guys, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot more to show off in this vlog, because the rest is just going to be a little bit repetitive, where I just release the trailers, read the feedback, and you know, those sort of things. And we already saw the integration into Steam, so there's really not too much more to show. Actually, there is one more thing. I'm creating a document, which is pretty much, I'm calling it Cash's Trap Handbook, the handbook. And it's just the behind the scenes, my thoughts, and I guess a little bit more deeper into the lore of certain things. Towards the very end of the document is going to be a guide, so it's basically pretty much your walkthrough, and I even talk about the several Easter eggs that are kind of hidden in Cash's Trap. So yeah, it's more so like a supporter edition. It's only going to be $2 more, but if you buy it bundled with the game, then it's only going to be $1 extra. And I really hope that when you guys read it and look into it, you see all the love I put into that document. Alright, well, this is it, you guys. Heading into September, wish me luck. You know what? Once I'm all settled with absolutely everything, I think I'm just gonna sit down and enjoy some ice cream. For you guys, it'll be in the next clip, but for me, that's one of the things I can look forward to. Alright, see you guys then, and thank you so very, very much for all the support you showed me throughout the process of Cash's Trap. It's been an incredibly long 3 years, and really, I probably would have dropped it after the first year if it wasn't for your kind comments, your likes, your shares, and pretty much everything. So thank you so much. It's been absolutely incredible. Now with that said, I really and truly do hope that you enjoy Cash's Trap. See you then. Later. Oh. This is 3 years of hard work and determination in one tub. They're so good.